Am I the asshole? For not wanting to buy different food to share with my wife? My wife is very attached to her brother. Unfortunately for her, we had to move states for my job. Every time she went out to eat with her brother, they both ordered completely different things and split the food in half to try both foods. I'm fine with that, and at first we shared food, although it was strange for me, but I love Alfredo sauce, so I will order food that has that sauce. My wife hates the taste of that sauce, so she will avoid it at all costs. This means that we cannot share food. Then she told me to please stop ordering meals that have Alfredo sauce. I responded that I'm not going to stop order food that I like to follow customs that she had with her brother. I also mentioned to her that if she wants to order several dishes to try, she was free to do so, but that I would not stop ordering what I like to eat for her. AITA? Not the asshole. So her solution is that you should not enjoy what you like so she can enjoy trying two things. Sounds selfish AF. Not the asshole. Sharing food is great if both people are interested in the same two options. My husband and I liked ordering different sides and splitting them at our favorite diner, which, sadly, closed a couple years ago. But when you can't agree on two options you both want, the right answer is I guess we won't share tonight, not you have to order what I want. Not the asshole. Female perspective. Why the hell would you want your husband to remind you of your brother anyway? I can have traditions with my brother that are just our thing and make new traditions with my hubby that are just our thing. More importantly, you can't even eat what you like. What kind of sane person who loves you would want to deny you such a simple pleasure for the sake of furthering their own agenda? Not the asshole, even more so as you've given her a solution. She's free to order multiple dishes of her own accord and she'd still prefer to ruin your meals anyway. Not the asshole. How utterly ridiculous. Don't order the takeout food you enjoy because I want to eat half of it and I don't like what you order. Rolling eyes face. Not the asshole. Sharing food is great, if you both like the food that the other orders. I'm not changing my order based on what someone else doesn't like. If you wanted to find a compromise, not that you have to, could you try ordering a third dish that you both like to share? Not the asshole. You're supposed to be able to enjoy your meal, not arrange your menu for your wife's preferences. What is she giving up every time you go out to ensure you feel like your sister is with you on the date? It's weird to insist you treat her the way her brother does. I'm from a family of relentless food sharers, and this would be too much even for us. We always share food, we actually order food with the express purpose of sharing. But people still get to order what they like. If someone else doesn't like that dish, they can just not eat it. Your wife is the asshole in this situation. Not the asshole. Ask her to stop ordering a meal she likes, as you're not keen on it either. Not the asshole. Your wife needs to order food she wants to eat and leave you to eat what food you want to eat. It's immensely selfish of her to refuse to do this and expect you to go without the food you enjoy. Not the asshole. My wife would always order chicken strips when we would go out, but then always wanted a bite of my burger. She would always say she didn't really like burgers. After a couple of months of this nonsense, I started not letting her have a bite of my burger. She was upset at first, but guess who started ordering her own burgers? You don't have to cater to everything for your wife, she is an adult. Not the asshole. You can't, split an appetizer? I love splitting food, BTW. Not maybe half of a whole dish, but I love trading a few bites of whatever I got for a few bites of whatever my wife got. I am constantly trying to negotiate over what we could both order to see if there's a way where we can both get to try a couple things that look good. This usually amounts to asking her what looks good to her and if there is an overlap between the few things she's considering and the few things I am considering, making a suggestion that we split X and Y. But that doesn't mean she doesn't reserve the right to order whatever she wants. Not the asshole. I hate people who do want to share my food. You are right to tell her you are not going to stop ordering what you want because she does not like it. Not the asshole. Now I mean she is allowed to ask, but you are allowed to say no. No. Not the asshole. I love gnocchi, my partner doesn't. I order it whenever possible. And partner is fine with this even though they love to try my food. Nata and your wife has weird expectations. Not the asshole. My spouse and I share meals like this sometimes. It's great if you both want to try new things and can't decide, but we would never tell each other don't order this because one of us doesn't like it. Not the asshole, but it might be nice to go to a place you all like most things and maybe do the splitting every once in a while. Of course not every time, but here and there so she can still get that tradition. The beauty of ordering out is that you can get the dishes that you yourself enjoy, but maybe your partner does not and therefore you don't cook it at home. Not the asshole, she has to be satisfied with a single dish and not two if you are not inclined to share food. Not the asshole. You should be able to eat whatever you want. Sometimes if it's a food I really love and am looking forward to it, I actually tell my husband sorry, I won't be sharing this one. He laughs in understanding. Your wife is self-centered. Not the asshole. This is one thing that I hate. Share food. I don't like it when my wife wants to taste part of my meal. I would prefer to order more if I know in advance that will happen. Edit. I hate it more because I normally know what I like best, and I normally don't like what my wife orders nor I care to try. I'll have what she's having. No point in sharing what's already on her plate. Not the asshole, and this is weird to argue over. You eat what you want, as does she. It is that simple. Her expecting you to order what she likes is silly. Not the asshole. Also WTF? Why doesn't she just order what she wants? It seems kinda controlling that she doesn't want you to order what you want to eat at a restaurant. Not the asshole. She's weird and incestuous. Not the asshole. But I would try to compromise. You offered to let her order however amount she wanted, which is good. Have you offered sharing appetizers or desserts? Her being upset you won't get things she can split is odd. Not the asshole. If you go out to dinner, you get to order the food you want. In your wife's world, she gets to pick out her entree and she gets to pick out your entree. That's selfish. No way. I hate sharing my food as well. Nothing wrong with that. Unless I have too much food, then I share. Just order 2 main courses for her, take home what is left over. Not the asshole. You want Alfredo sauce, you order Alfredo sauce. I think that's totally fair and you shouldn't be forced to eat something you don't want to. The info follow-ups I'd have would be what percentage of the time are you at a restaurant that serves Alfredo sauce? If this is only an issue when Alfredo is on the menu you seem fine with sharing, just not fine with skipping Alfredo if it's on the menu and you're not forcing it to be an Alfredo serving restaurant every time, then I think 100 not the asshole. If you're never going to restaurants that don't serve Alfredo then I think some compromise would be beneficial. Not the asshole. That's gross. Keep your grubby mitts off my food. This isn't a sample buffet. Not the asshole. Alfredo sauce is so good. Not the asshole. Tell her to get 2 dishes and eat the leftovers the next day. Not the asshole. Why do you need to share food? She needs to grow up. My fiancé and I share food and love to do what she does, but if it's something one of us doesn't we order our own meal, or if it's something we don't want to share we let that person know. As you said, she is free to order all the dishes to try. This is a win-win for everyone. Let her keep that custom with her brother. Nata. When I go out with my dad we always make sure we don't order the same thing so we can try each other's. Lucky for us we usually like the same stuff. But she's so controlling. Not the asshole. You aren't her brother and she has no reason to demand you act like him.